Hey, what's up guys, I'm Happery and welcome to episode 15 of the Xtreme onechunk Ultimate Iron Man. First thing I want to say is a big thank you to everyone watching this and still supporting me after so long without videos. But I'm very happy to finally get to continue the series. If this is the first video you've stumbled upon, or if you want a refresher of my progress, I would highly recommend watching the series from the start. I recently uploaded a 7-hour long video of the entire series up to this point. I'll put a link of that in the description. Alright, that's enough of an intro for this one. In the last episode, I achieved 99 runecrafting after a long Guardians of the Rift grind. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Abyssal Protector pet in 5,650 reward pools. So that's what I'm after in this video, more Guardians of the Rift until I get the damn pet. Just had a good Guardians of the Rift session with the clan. Let's see if I can get lucky today. I'm not sure if I should stack up loads of pools again at this point, because I could literally get the pet at any time now and be done with this chunk. For now, I'll just pull whatever I can stack up each day at the end of the day. Ah my god, an Abyssal blue die. Anything that starts with the word Abyssal is such a bait drop now. And no luck today. I guess I can use the blue die to recolor the Amulet of the Eye. There we go. I think that looks better than the original. No shot! Kane, there's no way! You did not. Kane had just joined me for a couple of games and then he just leaves and pulls the pet. Of course that just happened. This guy is level 60 runecraft, by the way. He's only done 151 pulls! Another day, another 100 pulls stacked up. And another Abyssal die. Can't really do anything but trade it in for pearls now. Another 115 pulls. Another blue die. No pet. There is 14 million runecraft XP. And with these crafts, I have just reached 250,000 nature runes. I love the numbers going up and up and up. 112 pulls today. Nothing, apart from growing stacks of runes. And I did surpass 6,000 rift searches, so that's 1.5 times the drop rate of the pet. Also, I feel like there was a time when I had 4 red dice and 0 blue dice. RNG do be funny sometimes. 153 pulls incoming, very strong day today. And another blue die. Level 76 mining coming in. Had another late night session with the clan today. The boys want me to be done with this grind just as much as I do. Again, unlucky. That's 1700 games completed. Is today the day? Nope. Another day, another 6-hour session of Guardians of the Rift. And I just got 15 million XP in runecrafting. That'll do it for today. 166 chances at the pet. No pet today. 105 more reward pools. Nothing. Another 75. Unlucky. I can't get carried by the clan every day, so today I did a bit of masses. Let's see if I can get it in 102. Unfortunate. The collection log interface has received an update. There's now also an overview page, which is completely empty for me. I can't wait to have the Abyssal Protector here as the only new unlock. But to have that, I've got to get back to grinding. First session in months went pretty good. Passed 16 million runecrafting XP today and hit 1850 total games played. Let's see if I can get anything. Not today, maybe next time. Holy fuck, I just shit myself. What a time and place for a random event to appear. On my first day back. Nobody else is on to team with me today, so I did a couple of solo games. Might as well pull a few rewards too. And an Abyssal die. What a beautiful sight to see. Look at my guardians working together, bullying the Abyssal creature. Alright, now that I'm completely back at it, I have decided something. I've just rounded off my total reward pools to 7,000 and I'm at 1875 games completed. The plan is now to stack up reward pools for another 125 games until I'm at 2,000 rifts closed to do another big opening. Not sure how many pools that'll be, I'm guessing around 500, but let's hope it's enough. Or I'll have to go for another 500 after that. And with this deposit, I have just reached 100 million total XP on the account. Crazy to think that about half of that is from the 3 skills I'm level 99 in. There's level 85 crafting. And with this inventory, 300k nature runes crafted so far. Alright, that's it. 2000 Guardians of the Rift games completed. And I almost managed to stack 500 reward pools. 2000 games put me at rank 62 on the high scores for Ultimate Iron Man. Let's see if today was my last day of this minigame. There's another green die. A shield left half. And of course, another blue die. And that's it. Still no pet. I guess the next logical thing to do is to stack up pools until I can round it off at 8,000. That would be 2 times the drop rate of the pet. Look at all of the runes I've collected so far. And even the ones in my looting bag. Those are all from the reward pools. Because I can't craft any of these myself yet. Level 77 mining at the Guardian Remains. This is it. 512 reward pools stacked up. My biggest reward opening since the 99 runecraft party. Is this the last day of Guardians of the Rift? Or am I going over twice the drop rate? Let's see. Already another blue die. Not even slightly surprised. Oh my god, it happened! Thank you, thank you! Oh, I can leave this prison. The ugliest pet in the game, finally obtained. The Abysmal Protector. 7,710 searches. I'm still missing the Guardian's Eye for the green log, but I can just go and buy that in a minute. Let's see if I can get a second pet in the remaining 290 searches. And it's a wrap. Of course I got 2 more blue dice from that. Look at the amount of blue dice I have compared to the red dice. And I swear I had 4 reds before any of these blues as well. Anyways, let me trade Apprentice Felix and buy the Guardian's Eye for 3,000 pearls. There we go. Green logged Guardians of the Rift after only 2,123 games and 8,000 pools. 18.7 million runecraft XP is honestly something I didn't think I would ever have on any account. But that's what it took. And I'm currently at 198 days and 21 hours total playtime. Let's see where that puts me on the high scores. Rank 34 in Guardians of the Rift. and rank 202 on the RuneCraft skill high scores for Ultimate Iron Man. I'm trading the remaining dice for pearls because what else am I going to do with them? Let's have a final look at the rune stacks. 334k nature runes, 282k chaos runes, and a whole bunch more others in the looting bag. And I have big plans with these stacks. I don't know if I ever said what my plan is with these. If I haven't, I am going to keep that a secret just a little longer, but you'll find out soon. The Guardian's Eye is unfortunately an item that is super useless to me at the moment, as it is only used as a cosmetic override for the Rift Guardian pet, so the actual RuneCraft skilling pet. But it is also not even a permanent transmog. If you want to change the color of that pet, you would then need to use the Guardian's Eye on it again. And I just can't be bothered with that, let alone the fact that I like the original Rift Guardian way more than this transmog. So the Guardian's Eye is going to the ground. Okay, so I almost forgot that I'm not actually done with the Varrock Square chunk yet, as I immediately focused on the biggest grind, 99 RuneCraft and Guardians of the Rift. There are still some achievement diary tasks and quest steps that I have to do here, so let's go through them, I guess. This is the easy part of the chunk. Browse Thessalia's store. That's an easy one to complete. I can't believe I didn't do this on day 1 of unlocking Varrock Square. Next up, buying a newspaper. How much is that? 50 coins? Here's 69, how about that? Now I need to cast the Varrock teleport spell, so I'll buy the fire and air runes. But my law runes are in my looting bag and I don't feel like death piling yet, because I would already lose my pet. I'm going to kill armed skeletons for a law rune instead. Shouldn't take too long for a 1 in 64 drop. What a random spot to come across another player. And on top of that, they have watched my videos before. How cool is that? Ah, finally. That took a good 30 minutes. So I guess I can just use them to get back to the surface. Cast teleport to Varrock. Completed. Alright, next up I'm going to do some quest steps. Romeo and Juliet is now started. I can't actually do anything after talking to Romeo, because the next step would be talking to Juliet in the next chunk over to the west that I haven't unlocked yet. Next objective is to start Demon Slayer by talking to Gypsy Eris. But again, that's as far as I can progress with this one. The next step would require me to speak to Sir Prysin in Varrock Castle, which I do not have yet. I better take note of this spell somewhere though, for whenever I can continue Demon Slayer. Next up, I can also start the Children of the Sun quest. Part 1, starting the quest. There's the Varlamore delegation arriving, and some shady guard acting all mysterious. Part 2, following the shady character. There's no way he's that blind. I found his hideout and it seems there's more than one criminal and they're up to no good. Part 3, snitching on all the bad guys to bossman Sergeant Tobin. However, I can mark all the fake guards, but I can't actually report back to the Sergeant yet, because that will trigger a cutscene and teleport me to the top of Varrock Castle, and I'm not allowed in that chunk yet. So this is as far as I can progress with Children of the Sun. And with Varrock Square, I can now enter this part behind the gate too. And here I have to start the Family Crest quest. But again, I can only start the quest as the next step is all the way over in Catterby. And finally, the last quest I have to progress to complete the chunk, What Lies Below. This quest isn't started in the Varrock Square chunk, but it has rune mysteries as a requirement, so that's why I can only start it now. I start the quest by talking to Mr. Redburger, and he wants me to get back 5 pages that were stolen by some outlaws. I happen to know where I can find these outlaws. Here we are. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's return these to Red. And there we go. I've given him back his papers and that's as far as I can progress. The next step is bringing this letter to Surok Magus in Varrock Castle. So that's it. Finally, I'm actually done with the Varrock Square chunk and I can unlock the next one. So let's not waste any more time and I'll explain what I've decided to start working on next in the chunk picker. Alright, so I told you after finishing Guardians of the Rift that I have big plans with the large stacks of runes that I collected. Over 600k nature and chaos runes combined and another 100k or so in death and blood runes. Now I want to use these for my next level 99 skill. Though it is not magic that I'm doing next, however I might have enough runes to do magic as well, but I want to spend these runes on getting 99 construction. As you may know, construction is quite expensive to train. I've done some rough calculations and I think it will be around 60 million GP to get 99 by building with oak planks. It won't be the fastest construction XP either, but not too bad for my account, and just a sweet spot to be affordable. I can only start training construction when I can access an estate agent to buy a player-owned house, for example the one in Varrock Castle chunk. But that would also trigger the objective to get level 99 instantly for the construction skill cape. So before I do that, to set up for the big grind, I'll be unlocking a couple of chunks that will be essential for the training method that I'll be doing, and for turning my stacks of runes into that odd 60 million GP that I'll need. And probably some chunks that hold some nice to haves for some POH upgrades too. So the first chunk I'm going to choose is the lumberyard. It of course holds one of the very few sawmills in the game, super important to be able to make my own planks, instead of having to collect them as drops from like implings, but also it's right here, so I might as well, right? Here we are. Let's enter the chunk for the first time and unlock a new music track, and let's explore the place. There's this statue that can be excavated to open the Tunnel of Chaos, but not just yet. I'm still missing a quest requirement to do that. There is the Jolly Boar Inn, but again, there's nothing really meaningful for me in here either at the moment. Then, the main reason I came here, the lumberyard. I will spend a lot of time near this place very soon, but for now, there's only 2 small objectives to complete in this chunk. For starters, the easy diary task to chop a dying tree inside the lumberyard. Completed. And then there's a second easy diary to make a normal plank at the sawmill, but I forgot to bring coins, so that won't work. And there we go, that's another objective done. Next up in the chunk, there are the mysterious ruins that lead to the Earth Altar. I can conveniently enter without a talisman, because I'm wearing the runecrafting skill cape. I knew it would be useful someday. But yeah, I've already been here through the abyss of course, so nothing new here. And finally, I can go through this gate towards the east, but that is where the chunk ends. And just in that short time, I've completed everything here, and it's time to choose the next one. Alright, this time I want to go for a chunk that isn't too big of a deal if I don't unlock it, but it just makes sense too. Since I was just here in the lumberyard, I'm going to follow up by unlocking the Silveria chunk. It'll be a quick one once again, and it will give me access to limestone, which is mainly used in the construction skill. First thing in the new chunk is the new music track. Even though I know I've never been here, it's still always cool to get that confirmation from the game as well. I've noticed a trapdoor on the side of the mountain here, but that's part of a quest again, so I can't interact with that yet. Then just a long windy path towards the Pater Domus, but the chunk already ends here, so the only other thing to explore would be up here. And here's the limestone mine that I mentioned. These won't really give me any major upgrades in my player-owned house as far as I'm aware, but it's just a nice to have for some extra furniture or whatnot, like a fireplace. Yes, I'll be going for a cozy home, to the extent possible that is. And the only objective in this chunk is to start the Rag and Bone Man quest by talking to the odd old man. So I will now start receiving untradeable bones from all these creatures, but I can't actually hand them in, because I don't have access to vinegar yet, until I unlock Drainer Village, which won't be anytime soon. Okay, moving on. For the next unlock, I would love to get access to teak and mahogany logs. I don't have either of them yet in my chunks, not even as a drop in Puro or anything. And unlike limestone, they would actually give me many huge upgrades in the playground house. Costume room, storages, portals, you name it. Now the only place that is close that has these trees is the User Oasis, and thankfully it has both teak and mahogany trees. To get there, I'll need to unlock either of these first, so I'll just go with this one. Seems good to me. New chunk, new music track, let's go! Okay, so the one thing in this chunk that I'll have to do is to get a drop from these desert lizards. As Slayer creatures, and I do have the Slayer level to kill them, they drop a piece of the Mystic Robe set, the Mystic Gloves Light, at a rate of 1 in 512 that is. Shouldn't take too long. Other than that, as you can see, there's nothing else of notice. It's about as empty as it gets. I'm quickly going to teleport out to buy some ice coolers, and then I can get started. I'll buy exactly 512 of them, so as long as I don't go over drop rate, that should be enough. Oh yeah, Killing just one of these is also a desert medium diary task. So that's that checked off. Okay, some watermelon seeds. Those are only 2.5 times more rare than the mystic gloves. But I'm already collecting them, so I'll pick them up. Ah, crap. Accidentally clicked the big one. I'm trying to just get the small lizards because they're like 4 times quicker to kill. And the drop table is identical. I'm not wearing a ring of wealth, so that's another interesting drop. I almost got a flashback. What? Another 400 kills later, nothing interesting happened and I did not get a drop. To the shop for more ice coolers. Let's see if I can get the drop I want without going twice the rate. Oh yes, there it is. What I wanted to happen, happened. I got the drop. Dude, they actually go with my outfit so well. Definitely worth the effort. And now that I can reach it, it's time to unlock the User Oasis for the teak and mahogany trees. This chunk is an important one to tackle construction. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a unique music track. It shares the same track with the previous chunk, just so you know. Here in the northeast corner of the chunk are my teak trees. Luckily they're barely within the borders, so I'll have to be careful not to misclick and accidentally cross. While I'm here, I have a task to chop some teak logs for the desert medium diary. There we go. First objective in this chunk completed. There's not much of interest for me here in the little houses or with any of the NPCs. At least not yet. I can see a quest starting point on the map, but that's for the Curse of Araf and I'm missing a lot of prerequisites for it. And then in the southeast corner, there are the mahogany trees. I'm not going to be actively training construction with these. I'm way too far from the lumberyard here and making mahogany planks until 99 would be way too expensive. But these will be useful to get nicely upgraded furniture in my house. And finally, a little less exciting but possibly useful, I now have access to clay rocks. I didn't have that before, my only source for clay was to kill imps. Mining here would be a little faster than that. Okay, and my second and final objective in this chunk is to make 20 mahogany planks in one go at the sawmill. The issue is that I don't have 20 free inventory spots at the moment, so I'm going to have to make some space and improvise a bit. I can definitely get rid of the ice coolers, I'm done killing desert lizards. This knife can go. I can destroy this quest letter and get it back later from Red Burger. The Abysmal Protector can get out of my inventory too. I need an axe to chop the mahogany logs, so I'll equip that. And then I suppose I'll get rid of the mithril pickaxe that carried me through my entire Guardians of the Rift grind. It has served me well, but I don't have a lot more mining ahead of me anytime soon, I think. I'm not dropping the mystic gloves, I want those in my costume room and I don't want to kill another 600 lizards. The colossal pouch can go though, I'm done with runecrafting for now. Well, that's 15 empty spaces, I guess I'll try to work with that and juggle some more logs back to Varrock. Alright, that's 20 logs, juggle time, let's go. I just got here and realized that I don't have enough GP to make 20 mahogany planks, let alone one. So I guess I'm juggling to the general store and try to make 30k GP real quick. I'll be using these runes for the purpose that I made them, turning them into coins. What the fuck did I just do? I accidentally sold my mahogany logs. So I juggled them all the way here from the User Oasis to sell them for like about 200 GP. I want to facepalm in game so bad. Alright, at least now I have the money ready, so let's try that again. Oh, I made it back to the sawmill. Now I have to make space for all 20 logs at the same time, so I'll drop some untradables. There we go. Make all mahogany planks. Thank God. That's a Varrock medium diary task and the final chunk objective completed. Time to pick the next chunk. There's only one more very important thing that I need before I can get started with the construction grind. Okay, so hear me out. The final piece of the puzzle to make construction work is the GP to be able to afford it. And I already mentioned that I was going to use the large amount of runes that I got from Guardians of the Rift to turn them into coins, but I need a better way to do that. You saw me selling runes to the general store in Varrock to afford my mahogany planks, but it was really a waste to sell them there, because the amount of GP you get per rune drops after every one you sell. So after only selling, let's say 10, then I'm already getting only half the price for selling any more. However, there is a shop already in my unlocked chunks where I can sell my runes and the sell price just always stays the same. It never goes down, no matter how many you sell at a time. I'm of course talking about the rune shop that you can unlock at Ellie Morrison. But I don't have the rune shop here unlocked yet. In order to do that, I need to complete the feud quest that I started here in episode 4 of the series. And it continues down in Polnivnich, so I've got to make my way down there. So let's unlock this empty desert chunk first, so that I can pass through. This time we do get another new music track. Yep. And as you all can see here as well, the desert is pretty empty, nothing new to do here, no chunk objectives either, so I can immediately go back to the chunk picker and unlock Polniv... Ooh, a magpie impling! As I just explained, now I can unlock Polnivnich and complete the feud quest. New music track. Alright, let's explore and see what Polnivnich has to offer. There's a diary task for me to come here by magic carpet. I'll do that when I return here in a bit. I now have access to a dye shop, so just like in Draenor, I can get red, blue and yellow dyes here from Ellie the Dyer. The general store here actually sells food, including cheese and tomato, 2 main ingredients for pizza, so that gives me a new cooking skilling objective. However, I can boost to the required cooking level for a pineapple pizza, so I just need to do that and make one quickly. And there's of course the Polnivnich rooftop agility course, which I need to do a lap off for a diary task. It requires level 70 agility and I'm currently only level 67, but I do still have a bunch of summer pies in my looting bag, which will boost my agility level. So it's just a matter of getting those out of my looting bag by dead piling, and that means that I'll lose my Guardians of the Rift pet, temporarily. I can always go and reclaim it from Probita in Ardoin, along with my Scurrius pet. And lastly, it's a diary task to pickpocket a Menophyte thug, but that'll be for after the feud quest, so let's get started with that first. So Ellie Morrison told me to come look for his nephew here in this town. The most logical thing to do then is to get a drunk in the pub, even more drunk, before we ask him for help. Apparently the missing nephew may have been involved in a feud between 2 gangs here, so let's resolve that conflict real quick. I know exactly what I have to do. I'll just be the nice new guy in town and give both gangs a camel. Okay, being nice didn't work out as planned. I guess I'll get involved and show both gangs who's the real tough guy now. That's the Menophyte gang dealt with. And the bandits can also get it. There we go. Report back to Ellie Morrison. And that is the feud quest and the first chunk objective completed. Now I can go through some extra steps to unlock these new shops, including the rune shop. Basically, it's just convincing Aubrey from the Varrock rune shop that Ellie would be a good business partner and to bring a rune shop to the desert. He can obviously see that I'm a master runecrafter, so he trusts my judgment. My skill cape coming in clutch once again. And while I'm at it, Ali had another business proposition for the blackjack seller in Polnivnich, so might as well help him open a blackjack store in Alcarid. And there we go, as easy as that. I now have a blackjack shop in Alcarid and a new rune shop, with basically all of the runes I'll ever need, and more importantly, to be able to sell my runes at fixed prices. Nature runes sell for 90 GP each and chaos runes for 45 GP. And that price doesn't go down when the stock increases, so just have a think about how much GP I can sell these stacks for. The time has come for me to say goodbye to my pet and death pile so I can continue with the other objectives. Let's use this XP lamp from a random event on Slayer real quick. That's level 42 Slayer. And after lowering my hit points at the nettles, I can death pile here by a skeleton. Bye bye Abysmal Protector. Let's see if he's still there. Oh no, he's just sitting there in the corner. I'll be back for you soon, buddy. Don't you worry. Alright, I've reorganized the looting bag, took out my summer pies for the agility boost, and I guess I can already sell some stacks of runes to create more space. Let's see what my astral and soul runes are worth. The soul runes sell for 150 GP each. Oh, and I guess I can't sell the astral runes here. Oh well. I wasn't expecting too much of them anyway. I'm just going to spam sell the soul runes then. And I got about 850k GP from those. That's not too bad. But you have to think that was only 5k soul runes. And I have 600k natures and chaos to work with later. I'll be okay. I guess I'll just sell the astral runes to the general store then. I literally can't use them, so I have to get rid of them. And that's the last of them. I was being stingy and hopped worlds for a little less than an hour to get the most out of it. I got about 100k from that. That's fine. Time to get the remaining tasks done. So, first of all, let's take the magic carpet to Polnivnic for a diary task. I'm just kind of worried about the path that it'll take. Will it cut through the corner of this chunk that I haven't unlocked yet, or will it just go around? I'm hoping the latter. If I do go through that chunk though, it's not the biggest deal. These two chunks share the same music track, so I shouldn't even accidentally unlock music that I'm not supposed to. And more importantly, I won't actually touch the ground. Anyway, there's only one way to find out what happens. Here we go. Am I gonna go straight or am I turning? I'm going through. Oh wait, no. I barely cut the corner there. Literally the outermost corner tile. That's fine. That's not too bad in my opinion. And I arrived. And that's another chunk objective completed. Okay, next up I'm going to pickpocket a Manified Thug. So I need a blackjack for that. And now I knock him out. And pickpocket. Wait, did I see that right? I feel like I got the diary task already from just knocking him out. Before I even clicked pickpocket. Now let's tackle the rooftop course. So let's eat a piece of the summer pie to boost for 5 levels. And now I can quickly do 1 lap. And there we go. Another hard diary task and the chunk objective done.
Nice UIM.
Oh, dang it. I was too late. Hearts, if you would be watching this, thanks. Solid name you got there, too, by the way. For the pizza, I need cheese and a tomato from here. Let's buy a couple for if I mess up or something. And now I need flour to make the pizza dough. And the only way I can get that is from an imp drop, so give me a minute please. Pot of flour only took 15 minutes. Now for the second one. Yes, second pot of flour. After another 30 minutes of imp slaying, I better successfully cook a pizza. But before I do that, there's another secret objective that I haven't mentioned yet. There's another Crack the Clue outfit piece that I can obtain now that I have cheese and pizza. I also just need a wooden shield, so I'll grab that from here real quick. And now I think I have to death pile real quick, because I don't think I'm allowed to have any other items on me. Alright, I have only the things that I need in my inventory. Now I need to stand here between these trees and then bow, yes, and clap. I think I did it correct, yep. Ornate helm obtained. I'm planning to store that in my costume room, so I'm keeping it for now. And now I'm going to finish the pizza for real. I need pineapple and a way to boost my cooking level by at least 2. For the boost, I just need a Chef's Delight from a Gourmet Impling. It's a 1 in 100 drop, so I hope I don't have to look for too long. Okay, got it. That's that. Now for the pineapple. My only source for a pineapple is a Jogur, and the only Jogur I have in my region is the one in the cage in Ardorn Zoo. So firstly, I need to make a necklace of passage to teleport there, that's why I'm killing Hemguards again. And I need to bring a Law Rune and an Air Staff, so I can telekinetic grab the pineapple after I've maged down the Jogur. Okay, here we are. My only Jogur. Pineapples drop at a rate of 1 in 16 from this guy, so I'm almost done. Yes, there they are. Let's telekinetic grab one. Okay. Now buy a knife and slice it to pieces. And put it on the pizza. Ah, right, I need to boost my level. Drink the Chef's Delight. And now put the pineapple on the pizza. There it is. That's the final chunk objective from the Polnivnic chunk done. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I finally wrapped up Guardians of the Rift, which I let you all wait on for way too long. And I did all the preparations for the next big grind, which will be 99 construction. Luckily there's no RNG involved in that one, so let's hope it goes smooth. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching, staying and supporting me, or coming back to the series after the long time of inactivity from my part. A lot has changed in my life since the previous episode, and I don't have as much time as I used to for this, time-consuming account and YouTube series. But it's honestly the only account that I still crave to play, and I still want to continue, albeit with sometimes longer gaps between episodes. But I have no plans to quit at all. I hope that's assuring to hear for some of you. Okay, I'm gonna end now. Take care everyone. See you in the next video. Bye bye.